my money honeys, and welcome back to another episode of The Money Honey. And today you are with me, your host, Rosalia 𝐿𝐵𝐻𝐵𝐻𝐵, the founder and CEO of Manuka Media. And I'm also your podcast host for The Money Honey. And I am now so delighted to share with you that I am also an Amazon #1 best-selling author. I just can't believe how that sounds. Like, never did I think, I knew I was going to write a book. I knew I was always going to write a book. And for those of you watching on video, you can actually see my book on the shelf right next to Diary of a CEO by Stephen Bartlett. I've also got it right next to another book called Building a Story Brand. Behind my book, there is a TED Talk book. So I've got it next to some of my favorite books of all time. And I am just so incredibly delighted to have this for the team. Like, I can't explain to you that this title of #1 best-selling author isn't something that you do on your own. Like, I didn't self-publish it and just do everything on my own. It does take a whole army. It takes a whole team to be able to put all the moving pieces together. So when I first approached the publishers, I actually told them that I wasn't going for bestseller. I know that sounds like I was playing small and that I wasn't, going for my big goals, but I just said to them, listen, I need a book that is easily accessible to the everyday financial advisor, to the fintech industry, to the fintech platforms in this industry, to the lenders, to the BDMs, to the networks. I just want there to be a book that people can understand social media more easily and can have more access to this information, better access to this information. So it doesn't matter if it goes to bestseller or not. It really isn't a problem. Like, it isn't a priority. For me, the priority is to get a book out there and to help as many people as possible. And they were probably like, yeah, all right then, mate, sure. Because obviously they want bestsellers on their repertoire. So they just said, look, let's just get the book written first and then we'll discuss the strategy later. Anyway, once the book was written, we had to launch it. We had to do a social media campaign. And it wasn't until I'd finished writing it, I saw how beautiful the cover had been designed, that I thought, no, hold on a minute. This does deserve bestseller, or at least it deserves the effort to be put into it to make it a bestseller. Who am I to determine where this goes? Like, I shouldn't hold myself back and I shouldn't hold the book back because that wasn't something I prioritized. So that's when I realized that I owed it to the team and I wanted to give them that badge of honor. And I wanted to say to them, do you know what, guys? I'm going to put everything into it. I promise you, I'm going to put everything that I can possibly do to make this a success. And that's when I started working so hard, guys. Like, I literally was messaging people. I was sending loads of voice notes. And yeah, I just really can't explain it. Like, I really can't explain just how much work goes into advertising the book. So I am delighted with all of your support. Thank you to everybody who has been really positive, who has sent me positive messages, who has bought multiple copies, who has already read it and already congratulated me on the greatness of the book and how well it was written. I really, really appreciate that. I really appreciate everyone who did back me. I'm not going to lie, there was some people that didn't, okay? Maybe not on purpose, but there were some people that perhaps messaged and didn't respond, or didn't congratulate. But I'm not doing it for them, okay? I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for the people who care. I'm doing it for the people who this is going to make a difference to. I was never going to expect 100%, 100% success rate. Like, there are going to be some people who don't receive the book well. I don't know for what reason, but, time will tell. So if you do love the book, so the book is called Social Media Guide for Mortgage Brokers, How to Build Your Brand on Social Media. Now, it is absolutely available to everybody. I've got people reading it outside of the industry who are testing it and they are absolutely loving it. I've got people in recruitment, people in HR, I've got people in construction, property. I've got, who else is reading it? Oh, an artist is reading it. So absolutely anybody can read this book. So if you are in the industry, as you're listening to this podcast, maybe you are a woman in property, finance or construction, then this is the episode for you today if you want to build your brand and you want to elevate your personal brand. So in fact, today we are actually going to be talking about crafting your personal brand. And this is going to be a woman's guide to professional and personal success. So stay tuned. Please stay with me. If this is something you want to build for yourself, if you want to be recognized as a brand and you are more than just your job, I'm here to tell you, you are more than just your job. When you wake up in the morning, your worth and your value does not stop at your job title. That is not what summarizes who you are and what you do as a person. So I'm here to give you some tangible top tips of how you can build your personal brand as a female, as a woman, as a leader in this industry, and how you can leverage that on social media. So if you're ready, let's dive straight in. So in at number one, it's about defining your personal brand. But what is a personal brand? So the fundamentals, the value, basically a personal brand, as I would summarize it, is how people see you, remember you, feel about you, and what they would say if you weren't in the room. So if we took away your job title, if we took away your company car, if we took away whatever company you're working for, what do people summarize you as? What do you stand for? And that is your personal brand. Now, I'm not here to convince you to have a personal brand or to make a personal brand. I don't need to, because you already have it. Yes, that's right. I'm here to tell you that I'm not here to give you a personal brand. You actually already have it. And you have multiple personal brands. What does that mean? It means that you have a personal brand with your kids, right? Do you ever play good cop, bad cop? Do your kids ever go to mummy versus daddy to get certain things, right? To get there certain ways? That's a personal brand. They know to come to you and to go to someone else for different things because they know what you stand for. They've actually understand that kids understand people more than adults understand people. They actually know what makes you tick, what makes you work, what you like, what you don't like. When you're like, oh, they're driving me up the wall. Like, they know how to drive you up the wall. They know how to pull at your heartstrings as well. They know your personal brand and they know how to work with it. And actually, I don't have any children of myself, but that's going to be, I do like observe. I do work in schools a lot and I do have kids around me, but I'm not personally a parent. So the only way I can relate to that is what my cat does. And she definitely pulls at my heartstrings and she knows how to wind me up. So if a cat can do it, I know how kids are doing it as well. So you have a personal brand with everybody. So that means you have a personal brand at work with your team. You have a personal brand with your boss. You have a personal brand with your husband or your loving partner, whoever that may be. You have a personal brand with everybody. So the fact that you already have it means that you have to harness it. If you ignore it, it will start to go stale or it will start to overpower and rule you. It starts to get out of control. So actually, you have to make sure that you are aware of what your personal brand stands for so that you can actually use it to your potential and use it to your, you basically feel empowered by using it. Number two, after you've defined what your personal brand is all about, you need to really think about your professional image and appearance. Now, ladies, in the past, obviously, that stigma around women and their physical appearance within the industry is very stale, very antiquated. There is no need for us to feel the pressures of, having a blow dry every day and, wearing a pencil skirt and high heels. The dynamic has changed now. And, that's a really positive story to put out there. And we are seeing more and more women, especially financial advisors, who are relaxing their look, both male and female, to be fair. But, in the light of, this podcast, let's look at the female perspective. So, that we can see a more relaxed look. So I've seen financial advisors in hoodies. I've seen financial advisors whose personal brand is, the gym outfit, or some people's personal brand is still to rock a suit, or it might be to just have like jeans and Converse. So we are relaxing the appearance of what a financial advisor or what a woman in property looks like, right? Even that stigma around, you know, the age, you know, or like the ethnicity. So many things about our image and the look of what a typical woman looks like in property finance and construction is changing. And we are the story, guys. Like, we are the ones telling that story. So when I say professional image and appearance, I don't just mean your outfit. I don't just mean your makeup and your hair. That's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about how you actually want to be portrayed, or how you want to be seen. So your appearance. So this is also influenced by how you act. So it's not just by what you wear, it's also how you behave. So for example, if you're saying that you're this really cool, relaxed and easygoing financial advisor, but actually you do look like you haven't slept, okay, then what message are you giving out there with your brand? You're saying one thing, but you're doing another. If you are saying, like, say, for example, you're a protection advisor and you're like, oh, health is so important and you need to really prioritize your health and you need to look after yourself. But actually, you don't go to the gym, you don't do yoga, you don't meditate, you're actually eating rubbish, you're drinking every single night. Like, what does that say to your clients? That's everything about personal branding, you see. It's not about having a pretty designed logo and, you know, a yellow dress. So some people recognize me for wearing the yellow dress, right? That's not the personal brand, guys. That's not the brand at all. What matches my personal brand with the yellow dress is the energy I bring, is the positivity that I evoke out there. That's what really catches people's attention. Yes, the dress is a gimmick. Well, I like wearing dresses. That's my brand. You know, I love dressing up and I love, going out there and just feeling glamorous. But I also, part of my brand is sitting at home in my pajamas or in my loungewear, which, by the way, is also yellow at times. And people remember that. People just feel my brand everywhere they go. But it just, you know, in this point number 2 about professional image and appearance, this isn't just about what you wear. This is about how you carry your smile. Okay. What smile are you wearing? How are you physically looking after yourself? And how does that reflect the image and your personal brand identity? Number 3, which is one of my favorites, is building an online presence. So you really do need to start spreading your own message and using your own voice on social media like LinkedIn, for example, or Instagram or Facebook, because there's no point saying we want to see a difference, we want to see a change in financial services, we want to change the narrative of women in male trades, and then not speak up. Like, you have to speak up. It's on you, it's on me, it's on us. I'm inviting guests on the show to be a money honey so that they can actually use the power of their voice to change the narrative. But just because you're not on the show, if you're not on the show and you want to be, obviously just reach out. But if you're not on the show and you're listening, that is also playing your part. But without spreading that message, without actually putting it out there, or even just being the face or being a voice of women in male trades, without doing that, you're not really making an impact, okay? You're absorbing all this information, but you're not changing the narrative. So building an online presence. For example, you've got women out there, I'm sure she won't mind me mentioning this, but you've got women out there like 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐿, who is posting about the menopause, right? So she's an advocate for women who are going through menopause and are in the workplace, okay? Then you've got people like Kim McGinley, who's posting out there about, running a brokerage as a female leader. She's running a commercial brokerage and she's balancing work, life, family, and health. There are so many examples. You've got the mortgage bum, for example, Sarah Tucker, who has built a phenomenal brand, a phenomenal business, who's a big advocate for women who want to have a flexible work-life balance and can have a baby, can have multiple babies and still run a business. So that's what the power of building a personal brand online actually does for people. So that was number 3. Number 4, effective communication skills. Actually share what is your message. So you can share your message through team meetings, through webinars, through public speaking, networking, All of these are essential to communicating your message. Even just putting out a post on social media is an effective way to communicate exactly what message it is that you are trying to bring in. Now, at number 5, leveraging your expertise. There are so many talented women in this industry who have years of knowledge, years of experience, years of leadership, but they're nowhere to be seen, right? Maybe they have an internal brand, and that's okay. Having an internal brand and where you are in your workplace, that's absolutely valid. But how are you changing? Again, how are you, we have a saying in Manuka Media called positive pollination, which is about impacting the wider community, making a positive difference in the world. If you have an internal brand and it's quiet, you are playing small. Why are you playing small? Actually leverage your expertise, share it with people. Maybe number 6, coming into mentorship and sponsorship, actually bring your expertise to the wider network, to the wider community. How can you mentor people? For example, I am a Santander women's mentor, right? So women who want to get into business or want to change their lifestyle or want to develop personally or want to get into leadership. Through the Santander program, I am a mentor. That is my way of giving back and contributing. Sponsorship, again, still on number 6. Sponsorship, how can you support other networks, other charities, other communities for things that are aligned to you? What is important to you and how can you align your values with someone else? Now, number 7 is overcoming gender bias. So address these challenges and the biases that women might face in the industry. And how can your personal brand help to combat them? I'm going to whistle through these now, like get through these as quickly as possible. Number 8, case studies and success stories. Please do share examples, not just of yourself. Please do share examples of other women who have effectively built a personal brand or who you feel stand for something and have a symbol for something that is so powerful that needs to be shared. And that's what I'm doing with the Money Honey. The podcast here is not about me just, in fact, you'll see that I do very few solo episodes. It's all about the guests that come on the show because I am building a platform for women to come and talk about their brand, their successes, their talents, their beliefs, so that I can share that with the rest of the community. So in a number 9, personal brand maintenance. So think about how having a personal brand and the importance of it is actually going to be able to develop your career as well. So I'll give you a quick example of this. When I lost my job due to redundancy in the middle of the pandemic, I was a business development manager. For those of you who don't know, or maybe are new to listening to this, I used to be a business development manager for a lender. And what happened was when I got made redundant and I lost my company car, my company phone, my laptop, all my business cards, all my contacts, I lost my team, I lost my job title, I lost a regular paycheck. What did I have left? Me. That's it. That's all that was left. And that's all that matters. You can start from scratch and rebuild exactly how you want your life to look because you have a personal brand. You have your values, your truths, your beliefs. That's what counts, okay? So number 9, building a personal brand is basically helping you be bulletproof in the future. Regardless of what happens to your business, what happens to your job, your personal brand will stick with you and you have to nurture it. You have to maintain it. You have to look after it because it's your empire and that could also crash if you don't take care of it. And number 10, measure personal brand success. So once you've done all these things, once you've, put yourself out there on social media, once you've, done some mentoring, sponsorship, all of that, actually measure how is that impacting your career and your professional goals. I mean, that is all to be seen. So once you actually start building it and start using it to your advantage, you'll then actually see the power of having a personal brand. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in. That is all we have time for today. I've given you the 10 top tips for crafting your personal brand. This is a woman's guide to professional and personal success. Now, if if you are new to my services here, or if you are new to me and this is the first time you've come across me, or maybe you're already aware of who I am, but just a quick reminder of exactly what it is that I do. So Manuka Media is a digital marketing and personal branding agency. We build personal brands, whether you are a BDM in a lender, or you are a mortgage broker looking to attract new customers and build your business, or you are a fintech platform that wants to get access to more brokers. We build your brand presence on social media. We give you a bespoke and personalized social media strategy and digital marketing campaign, and we help you identify what your true voice, what you stand for as a business, and what the people in your business stand for, and get that message out there loud and proud. That's what we do. We bring a buzz to your business onto social media. We create some noise. We make some noise about who it is that you are, so that you can attract your ideal customers, your ideal candidates. Maybe you're trying to recruit. I've worked with networks, for example, that are trying to recruit and bring new brokers into their business. But why? Why should I go to you as a broker? Why should I use you as a network? What do you do different? And that's exactly what we do. So we do everything from strategizing to setting up your social media profiles, to building a website, even if you want a brand new fresh logo, or maybe it is some video so that you can get your message out there. That's exactly what Manuka Media are about. So if you're interested off the back of this, or in the future, if you're interested in building your personal brand and you want more personalized guidance, you want a more bespoke approach, then please do reach out. All you need to do is visit the website, which is www.manukamedia.co.uk, or find me on any of the socials. So I'm on Instagram, LinkedIn, obviously we're on Spotify. So the best way to really reach out to me is LinkedIn as Rosalia Lazara, or on Instagram as Manuka Media. But anywhere you find me, just send me a DM or go onto our website, book a call if building a personal brand for you is going to be important. So thank you again for tuning in. Thank you for making a difference, even if it's just by listening, by sharing. If you feel that you found this really helpful, of course, share it with your team, with your colleagues, and I will see you on the next show.